Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I think I may have pressed the wrong button. I was in the middle of a live, and I think I may have pressed the wrong button. I'm sorry. I'm really in a state right now, so forgive me. I'm wondering if you guys will come back. I'm only seeing 0 people watching right now, so we'll see if anyone else comes by. Okay, 1 person. For the person who's watching right now, I apologize. I hit a button. I think I hit a button and I got my live got taken down. But let's just get back into it. I think our world is run by very, very bad people. Hey, Faye. Oh, it's you. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think I may have pressed a button or something happened. Yeah. So, but I'm back here now. Okay. So 5 people are watching. Let's see. So let's get on with it now. No, look. I've been watching. I'm going through this Epstein stuff. It's really disturbing. The first time that I thought that things were really bad in our world was during the COVID era, the lockdowns, because I thought to myself, I mean, this is a virus. I don't want to get too into this because when I talk about this, I'll go off topic. But we are run by psychopaths. It's like, and I was giving the example, I would rather walk the streets of the most dangerous neighborhood in the world and take my chances with them than run into the people who run our world in person. I don't want to run into those kind of people because they're psychopaths. I think we're run by psychopaths. Looking at this Epstein stuff, I mean, the stuff I'm hearing about Bill Gates, about how he was hooked up with some Russian girls. He was hooked up with some Russian girls. And these are emails. If it wasn't for this law, we wouldn't hear about this stuff. These are emails. And Bill Gates was with these Russian girls and he got some STD. And then the next day he's emailing Epstein about how his PP, I don't want to say the word because this is YouTube and YouTube is going, his dingaling, his ding dong is looking all weird. What should I do, Epstein? What should I do? And Jeffrey is telling him and counseling him. And he says, well, I don't want my wife to know. I don't want the missus to know. Give me some drugs so I can drug her. I mean, this is outrageous. And I am looking at this stuff. I am looking at it. This is not a joke. This is not a conspiracy. I am looking at it on the DOJ's website. This is not coming from my mouth. This stuff about, and I'm not saying that Bill Gates did it. Maybe Jeffrey Epstein was a devil, as Faye Knox says. He was a devil. So he may have just made it up. But I mean, I don't know. It's like I'm looking at this stuff and it looks legitimate. How about Donald Trump rating women at his girls at his Mar-a-Lago, looking at their, let me spell the word out. Their VULVA and their VAGINASs, and how TIGHTS they were, how TIGHS, no, how TIGHT they were, and putting his FINGER in their VAGINA to see how TIGHT they were. That's not something that I like to see. It's like, who are we run by? I could never do that to my fiance. If I were to do something as heinous as what Bill Gates is accused of, I mean, let's say the Russian girls were overage. Maybe he's tired of Melinda Gates. He wants to be with somebody, and his dingaling gets all diseased because the woman has an illness. If I were to be with somebody who has an illness, and then I'm with my friend, God, man, last night was terrible. Look at my dingaling. Jeez, I don't want the missus to know. I don't want my old lady to know. Well, man, give me some drugs so I can drug her up so she forget about it. I couldn't do that. I'd rather die than do. It's like this is who we're run by, not just in politics but in business. So this is a very rough video, but I'm letting you guys know that I am going through this stuff. I mean, look at the stuff about the former Prince Andrew. He said that, oh, I wasn't really friends with Epstein, but then when he's emailing Epstein saying, "Oh, how are you? Is it nice to be free?" The man was in jail for having a sex trafficking ring with many of them were minors, and he's asking how does it feel to be free? If my best friend, and I'm sure he's probably watching right now, you know who you are. I won't name drop you. But if my best friend was caught trafficking young women, many of them are underage, and you go to jail, I'm going to help those officers throw away that key. If you ever get out of jail, don't come to my premises. Don't come to my house. I want nothing to do with you. Go away. And if you come to my premises, I will report you to police because there's minors in the neighborhood that I live in. If you come around here, I'll report you myself. If my own mother or my own father were to be involved in crimes like that, I report him or her because I take that very seriously. Why do you think I am so adamant that I'm done with Trump? Even though Trump, okay, fine. You know, people say, oh, well, Biden could have used those things against Trump. And that's true. And a lot of these things about Trump could be salacious. But the thing is that Trump doesn't seem to take these allegations seriously. Every time he's asked about it, he gets angry and his people get angry. I can't tolerate that, man, because I'm not a psychopath. I'm not a psychopath. I have a heart. I have a soul. I feel. I've never been sexually assaulted, but I can imagine what it must be like for a dirty old man or a dirty old woman to force himself or herself onto your innocent body without your consent. That is mind-boggling. And this Jeffrey Epstein did it, and his rich and powerful friends did it. And this administration is taking it like it's a joke. And I think this thing goes even deeper than we know. So, bottom line is that I think this is even worse than we expect. But I'm going to continue to look at this stuff, investigate this stuff. And by the way, I think these girls need to come forward. These girls need to come forward. Not just because of you, but for other women and for the humanity and for the world. You've been through pain. I know that. I know that. And I'm not trying to sound heartless, but please come forward, not just for you, but for others. There's a name that I have, and I'm not going to name drop this name. You know that I made a video about a month ago stating that the DOJ made a mistake. They forgot to redact a name, which I uncovered. And this name was one of the first people who got Jeffrey Epstein arrested the first time. All I'll say is that the first name begins with an S, and the surname, the last name, also begins with an S. Faye, the mother, the woman, the girl I'm talking about right now is who I'm talking. This is the first person, this mother, the daughter, her name even today has never been known, except I know it because I have an eagle eye. And I found out this. I think she should come for if she's still alive. I've tried looking her up. Some sources that I've come up with say she's dead. Some say she's alive in Florida. Her name starts with an S. You need to come forward. Come forward. Come forward. I understand. Oh, Michael, why are you don't bully these women? They've been through rape. This is their coping skills. This is blah blah blah. They don't want to relive it. I understand that. I get it. I'm not trying to make them relive it and re-victimize them. But you know what? Is it is it is it fair for humanity that these powerful men are just allowed to walk free and Jeffrey Epstein kills himself? Ghislaine Maxwell is in jail and she's not even in a right jail. She's in a beautiful jail. I would live in a jail like that in Texas. It's more like glamping. I mean, she's and these men who've done these stuff. You know, one of the people who Virginia Giuffre accused of assaulting her, Ehud Barak, the former prime minister of Israel. I don't think he killed himself either. I think he was killed, and there's video too. Kermody. Yes, Ehud Barak. What's the guy's name in New Mexico? The former governor, Bill Richardson. Bill Richardson. If you have nothing to hide, I, come answer questions. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. But Ehud Barak, and Ehud Barak is mentioned several times in these files that I've been watching. Ehud, the former prime minister of Israel. And I'm not afraid of him either. I've name dropped him. Ehud Barak, Bill Richardson. Come do something to Michael Arana. I'm here. I'm not afraid of you. Those girls you've raped and you've put your sweaty, ugly, old ass man body on, they may be afraid of you. I am not. I've name dropped Ehud Barak. Come do something to me now. If you heard that Michael Arana, the commander-in-chief of Arana Nation, committed suicide, I didn't do it. I'm not committing any suicide. I have a fiance here. I have a house that I own. I don't even buy. I have a salary job. I'm not killing myself. But if you hear that I've killed myself or you hear that I'm dead, it's not me. It's not me. Ehud, come do something, Ehud. Come do Bill Richardson. Bill Richardson, the former governor. And you know, the only reason I'm not name dropping the girl's name that I know is because I don't want to do that to a victim of rape and sexual assault. But I think this thing of women and victims of sexual assault who don't want to come forward is very frustrating. And I'm not trying to sound insensitive and don't unblock, don't block me, don't unsubscribe, but it's frustrating to hear about these horrible deeds and nothing gets done. I'm not a psychopath. Maybe I should become a psychopath so I don't feel these emotions that I'm feeling. Maybe I should become one because if you won't come forward, what else? What's the point of it? I don't want to feel the fact that an innocent. What if I have a daughter? What I have nieces, I have sisters, and they get. What if they get raped by one of these people? Let me tell you something. If I hear about somebody who tells me a secret that they were raped and they say, don't say it, I'm going to say it because it's not just about you. We can't have this stuff happening, man. This is a lot of them did come out. Virginia Giuffre came out. I have her book, but even she didn't name drop the people in her book. And I know it's because she was afraid and made her soul rest in peace. And I don't want to disrespect the dead. But mama, please, why did you not name drop them? But listen, what more can they do to you? Being raped must be one of the worst things you can go through. What more can they do to you? What more can they do to you? I mean, I guess they can go after your family, I guess, but you know what? Anyway, I'm going off topic. True, but they are very powerful people. They will go after your family and friends. They will. They will. And you know what? It's like look, I'm not going to name drop the name. I'm not and I know the name. I know the name. I know one of the people Jeffrey Epstein abused, and she hasn't come forward yet. And now that I've read through this, I know two names. One of them is Russian. I won't name it. I will never bully or intimidate girls or women who have been through something as evil as that. I won't do it. I'm tempted, but I won't do it. I won't do it. I will keep it. But I'm just saying, damn it, fight the fucking power. And I'm sorry for the F bomb, but you got to do what you got to do. Same goes with Diddy. Same goes with everybody. And this doesn't just end with Epstein. This is going on even now as we're speaking. This is happening now with these rich people. The world is run by awful people, and I just had to vent this stuff. But I'm gonna go through this Epstein stuff, and I'll have a more formal, professional analysis of this. But it's good to know that I have a name of somebody that I know who has been through this, and I can use that name to investigate, look things up, and not pressure or bully or name drop or do that, but I have that information. Well, Faye, why do these young girls go to these people? Let's put it this way. Let's take Virginia, for example. Virginia Giuffre, well, she was a troubled young youth. I think she was born in Florida or Virginia. I don't know where she was born, but she was a troubled girl. She was on the street. She was in mental hospitals, blah, blah, blah. And then she started to turn her life around. She worked at Mar-a-Lago. And then some rich woman, Ghislaine Maxwell, approached her and said, "Hey, you want to make some extra money? And all you have to do is massage this man." And she went over to his house, and it was Epstein. She was supposed to massage him, but she was ordered to get naked, and he was naked, and one thing led to another. And I have to be careful with what I say because YouTube is going to destroy me. And I remember in the book, because I have her book, and she said, well, they showed her a picture of her younger brother and said, "This is your younger brother." And I guess she just made her mind up, and a lot of it was also because her father also abused her. So it's just one of those things that happens. So I mean, even though I get so frustrated that these women, even today, are just so silent, I don't know about what they must be going through because I've never been through it. So, but it is frustrating. It is frustrating. And, I was a big Trump supporter. I was a big Trump. You guys know that. I was a big Trump supporter. I'm not now. Not even because I think he did anything, but because of his attitude towards the Epstein files, his flippant, abrasive, arrogant attitude has turned me off. I I can tolerate when you call Hillary Clinton Crooked Hillary. I can tolerate when you call him Sleepy Joe. I can tolerate your rudeness, your viciousness, your aggressive behavior. I can tolerate your combativeness but when it comes to girls being abused, that is a step too far, my friend. I cannot go that far. I cannot do it. And I don't care if I lose every last one of my subscribers. When it comes to women and children and people who are vulnerable, and especially when it comes to sex, that is a step too far. Anyway, let's go through these Epstein stuff. I'm gonna let you guys go. The silence of politicians is disheartening, but the silence of the women are more disheartening because I mean, and I don't blame them because they're the ones who went through it. But it's frustrating because I'm a guy who wants things to be solved. I want justice to be done. I don't like a book that has gone unwritten. I don't like when the story I want the story to conclude. I've always been like that. I want a conclusion. I want justice. I've always been like that. It's like when I would watch a cartoon, I want justice. I want the bad guy gone to jail. I don't want you to give me a cliffhanger. No, I want justice. I want a story where I hear a breaking news where all these rich criminals are in jail. Jail, lock them up. This cliffhanger nonsense, it's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts. Nuts to hear that these women are going all over the world in these private planes on private islands being raped by these disgusting, filthy, stinking, fat, ugly old men who can't get girlfriends the regular way. And they have to rape vulnerable people. That just drives me nuts. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. But anyway, let's continue. We'll see what happens. But thank you guys for being patient with it. I have to go. It's thousands of files that have been released. So let's go through it, and then I'll come back another time when I've gone through stuff and I get more information. We'll see what happens. But I'm not a black pill. I do believe that where there's life, there's hope, and hopefully justice will be done. This is the